Here's a puzzle. This 2-bedroom in Kapolei is more expensive than the 3-bedroom I showed you the last time. Same community, new construction, but single level, and it has its own front yard. Welcome back to Kaulu by Gentry here in Kapolei on the west side of Oahu. This is the second model in our new construction walkthrough, and before I show you a single thing, I want to be clear about what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to sell you this home, and I'm not trying to talk you into new construction. My job is to put the real numbers and the real trade-offs in front of you so you can make your own decision. Some of you will watch all of this and decide new construction is exactly right for you. Others will decide a resale you fix up over time is the smarter move. Both can be the right answer. I just want you choosing with real information instead of a guess. Okay, last time we walked Lokahi, the 3-bedroom that starts around 685,000. This model is called Waipuna. And here's what confuses people right away. It's a 2-bedroom and it starts around 714,000, so it costs more than the 3-bedroom with one fewer bedroom. Let me show you why. Because it's a lesson in how to actually read a home, not a sales pitch. The reason is simple. Waipuna is single level. No stairs. You come in from your own entry, and the living room, the kitchen, and both bedrooms are all on one floor. And it has its own covered entry and an enclosed front yard with a fence. So a real part of what you're paying for here is not square footage. It's the layout and the yard. Now here's where my clients come in, because this model reminds me of them. The couple this whole series is built around. The Coast Guard couple who bought on Oahu site unseen. One of the things that mattered most to them was a yard. They have 2 dogs, and they wanted a place where they could just open a door and let them out, not load them into the car first. We spent weeks looking at townhomes and single-family homes across Makakilo and Kapolei, trying to find the layout that actually fit their life. A single-level home with a fenced yard like this one was exactly the kind of thing on their list. So when I walk through Waipuna, I'm not looking at a unit. I'm looking at the kind of home that solves a real problem for real people. And their search taught me something I want to pass straight to you because it's the most useful part of the whole story. The first home they fell for already had another offer on it, above asking, and it happened to be a short sale. To win it, they would have had to pay over the asking price, over what the home was actually worth, and over their own budget. So I told them honestly to walk away. Not because I didn't want the sale, but because overpaying on a short window is exactly how people get stuck. We waited, we kept looking, and we found a better home. One with a bigger backyard that opened right onto the common area and the pool. It was priced fairly, so even with another offer in play, we negotiated good terms and got it. That is what I mean when I say my job is to give you the real picture and let you choose. Sometimes the most valuable thing I can tell you is to not buy the home in front of you. And if a single level home with a yard is what you've been picturing, reach out anytime and I'll point you to what's open right now, here and elsewhere on the west side. Inside, the kitchen opens right into the living room, so it lives bigger than the 1,000 or so square feet it is on paper. There's a pantry. The primary bedroom has a walk-in closet, and the primary bath is roomy, with a walk-in shower. And like every home here, there's a 1-car garage that's already wired for an electric vehicle. Now let me give you the numbers honestly, because that is the whole point of this channel. Across Kaulu, the typical condo or townhome has been selling right around $716,000. And Waipuna starts right about there, so it sits in the middle of the community. If you break it down by the foot, Waipuna runs around $700 a square foot, which is the highest of the 3 models we're looking at. The 3-bedroom Lokahi was closer to $630. So per foot, this is the most expensive of the 3. And now you know exactly why. You're paying for single-level living and a private yard, not for more room. Whether that trade is worth it is your call, not mine. For some buyers, never climbing a flight of stairs and having a yard for the dogs is worth every dollar. For others, it isn't, and the 3-bedroom makes more sense. There's no wrong answer, there's just the one that fits you. One more honest point in single level's favor, and it's about your exit, not just your comfort. Single level homes tend to appeal to the widest range of buyers. So when it's your turn to sell someday, that broad appeal works in your favor. I mention it not to nudge you toward this model, but because it's a real factor most people forget to weigh. Let me also set this against resale because you should always know your alternatives. Older condos and townhomes around Kapolei have been trading closer to 530,000, quite a bit less than new. So I want to be straight with you. New construction here is not automatically the better buy. It costs more. What you get for that price is a home where the appliances, the air conditioning, the roof, and the systems are all new, and a home built to run efficiently, which matters in Hawaii, where electricity is the most expensive in the country. What you give up is the lower price. With an older resale, you would likely pay less upfront. You might take on some aging systems or repairs down the road, but you could also put your own money in on your own timeline and make it truly yours. Neither of those is the wrong choice, because my own clients, after all of this, chose a resale. They found one that mostly worked as it was, with newer appliances, and they just wanted to add a dishwasher and take down a popcorn ceiling, small things to make it their own. So when I tell you new construction has real advantages, know that I helped my own clients buy the opposite because it fit them better. That is the job, not to push you one way, but to lay out both with the real numbers, so you decide. Now let me actually explain that short sale I mentioned earlier, because it's worth understanding whether you ever buy one or not. A short sale is when the owner owes more on their mortgage than the home will sell for. So the sale has to be approved by their lender, who has to agree to take less than they're owed. Here's why it matters to a buyer. On a competitive home like that, you can end up bidding above asking and above what the home is actually worth, just to win it, and a short sale is slow. The bank's approval can take months, sometimes 90 days or more, and there's no guarantee at the end that they'll even say yes. For a buyer on a tight timeline, especially a military move with a report date, that combination can be brutal. Not every short sale is a bad deal, and sometimes you can find real value in one. But you have to go in with your eyes open, knowing the price, the timeline, and the risk before you commit. Understanding what you're actually looking at is what lets you walk away from the wrong home without a second of regret and recognize the right one when it shows up. And because we did all that homework early, when it finally came time to buy, they were able to do it from the mainland, sight unseen, off-detailed videos exactly like this one. We closed before they ever landed, and I met them at the front door with the keys. They used those first days, before reporting to work, to settle in and make their few small updates. No hotel scramble, no 10-day panic. That calm version of a move only happened because they had real information ahead of time. And these model videos are me trying to give the next person that same head start. On the practical side, like the other models, Waipuna comes with a monthly maintenance fee. On this model, it's been running around $415 a month, though it varies from model to model, so check the exact figure before you buy. That fee covers the building exterior, the landscaping of the shared entry, park, and roadways, and the common area utilities. There's also a financing piece worth asking about. The builder has been offering a credit toward closing costs, somewhere around 3% on a model like this if you use their in-house lender. Those terms move, so confirm the current numbers with me or the sales team before you count on them. And the good news on this one, if it does fit you, is that Waipuna is available right now. You're not waiting on a future phase. Now, here's why I'm filming these models in the first place, and it ties right back to my clients. When they were searching from the mainland, every listing of a given model used the same set of model home photos. So a single level 2-bedroom with a private yard looked identical in the pictures to a completely different layout. They couldn't tell them apart, and they couldn't picture their life inside any of them. A walkthrough fixes that. You can feel that this one has no stairs and a yard of its own, which a photo will never show you. So if Waipuna is the kind of home you've been picturing, reach out and I'll tell you what's available right now. And if you're buying from a distance, on a military move, or from the mainland. This is exactly the kind of private, detailed walkthrough I can record for you on any unit, so you're deciding on real information, not a staged photo. In the next video, I'll show you the largest of these townhomes, a 2-story with both bedrooms upstairs, 2.5 baths, and the only model here with a 2-car garage. After these townhomes, we'll look at the single-family homes here in Ka'ulu, and then head to another west side development so you can compare. I'm Oksana with Island Living Oahu. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.